Color palette. The palette's drop-down menu is accessed via the Config tab. You can choose between the daylight, dusk, night, and night inverted settings. Color codes. There are 3 different options for changing the setting. 1. Select the color palette in the Config task. 2. Use the keyboard. 3. Use the color palette switcher on the chart panel bar. Color differentiation diagram. The color differentiation diagram is used to check that the display will not discriminate important features by color. To perform the test, click on the Color Differentiation Diagram button in the Color Diagrams window. The different color combinations are shown. Each combination should be clearly visible in all used color codes. Exit Color Diagrams utility. To exit, click on the Quit button. Color Calibration Diagram. To access the color tests in the Color Calibration Diagram, click on the Color Calibration Diagram button in the Color Diagrams window. Select which color test you wish to perform by clicking on the relevant checkbox. Then click the OK button. If the brightness is correctly calibrated, the color inside the box will be visible in contrast to the black frame. If the color inside the box is not visible, adjust the brightness until the color is visible. Palette Switcher. The Palette Switcher button on the chart panel bar also allows easy access to the different color codes. Grayscale. To access the grayscale, click on the Grayscale button in the Color Diagrams window. You should be able to see all different shades within the block. If the steps cannot be distinguished individually, adjust your monitor until all are visible.
True Motion or TM button. You'll find the True Motion button in the Control button group of the chart panel. Auto Load Control Panel. You can also read the status of the Auto Load function in the Chart Area window of the Control panel.
Skin change. To make a change, select Config in the Tasks list. On the page labeled General, you can select different skins in the drop-down menu.
Relative Motion. To change to Relative Motion, click on the True Motion button and select Relative Motion. North up, Head up and Course up. You can change the chart orientation between North up and Head up by a click on the button in the Control button group of the chart panel. Or via the keyboard. Course up is only available with a loaded route. Center the ownership. You can center the ownership in the chart section by double-clicking on the Move Ship Symbol button on the chart panel bar. The Zoom Out symbol. You can decrease the scale by clicking on the Zoom Out symbol. Page Ports on Tasks panel. The page Ports on the Tasks panel is accessible via the Tasks list and can be used to highlight the location of a port on the chart and to obtain general information, facilities and services about a specific port. It's also possible to interrogate the system to retrieve port information, if present, for a selected area.
The Night or Day button on the keyboard. You can use the Night or Day button on the hardware control panel.
Trackball, mouse wheel. The second option is to use the trackball or mouse wheel to zoom in and out freely. This function can be used with all types of cursor, providing it's within the chart area. The zoom in symbol. The first option is to increase the scale by clicking on the zoom in symbol. The important indication overscale will be displayed at the upper left-hand corner in the chart display area if the current ENC chart is zoomed in twice or more its original scale. The overscale pattern will appear on small scale charts adjacent to the loaded chart in the chart display area, which are displayed at larger visualization scale. The zoom window via zoom cursor. The third option is the free zoom function via a zoom window. Activate the zoom cursor by toggling cursor types, then click on the chart area. To zoom in on a particular chart area, position the graphic cursor on the start point, then click. Move the cursor to expand the frame, then click again at the desired endpoint. Auto Zoom Settings. Open the Config task and select the General tab to access the Auto Zoom settings. Click on Maximum Scale button, then select a scale from the drop-down list. Set the distance to waypoint analyses interval by changing the time in the Time of Update input box.
Standard Display button on the control panel. You can also activate the standard display with one click on the control panel.
Auto Zoom. Another option is to scale the chart automatically. To activate the Auto Zoom function, click on Auto Zoom button on the chart panel bar. The Auto Zoom enables the scale to automatically increase up to the pre-selected maximum scale value while approaching the next waypoint. The scale will increase gradually based on the distance to waypoint analysis interval. Note, this function is only available on dual panel with a monitored route.
Layers category Custom. To customize the display of a chart layer, select or unselect the chart object or information by clicking the respective buttons. Note: the Spot Soundings button displays depth values smaller than the setting. Setting is 0. All soundings are displayed. Show and hide sidebars. You can show and hide the right and left sidebars. You find the Show and Hide button in the Tab Area panel on the lower screen display. Expanding panels. After opening a panel with the tasks list, you can expand or minimize the display of the panels. When you move the cursor to the upper borderline of the panel, the cursor will change its shape. Left-click to shift the border with drag and drop. Color diagrams. To run the Color Diagrams utility, open the Transas integrator from the Chart panel bar. In the taskbar, click on the Service Tools button. Then select Color Diagrams from the tasks.
Safety contour. Safety contour is a value which defines the safety contour depth. You can see the safety contour on the ENC page of the Charts panel. The safety contour divides the navigable and non-navigable waters, which can be clearly seen on the chart display area using the 2 depth shades setting. To activate 2 depth shades, deactivate the 4 shades button. Shallow contour. You can enter the value of the shallow water contour, delineating into the shallow contour input window. The color of the shallow area will be highlighted in the ENC format charts. Warning: safety contour changed. If you change the safety contour data, a window will appear asking you to confirm the change. The most important safety feature of an Ecdis is still based on your own input. Deep contour. The deep contour value can be set on the monitoring panel of the Safety Alerts page. In the Deep Contour input window, you can enter the value of the deep water contour, delimiting the color highlighting of the deep water area for the ENC format charts. Speed through water, speed over ground, log. Settings of speed sources can only be done at a station with the status Master. On the speed page, you can select a source of speed source. The group Speed Through Water Sources displays all of the connected speed through the water sensors. Speed data for speed through water are received from the log. If the log is not connected, you can enter speed through water data in the Speed Through Water Sources group manually. The group Speed Over Ground Sources displays all of the connected speed over ground sensors. The speed data course over ground, speed over ground can be received from the positioning system, log and echo reference. You can enter drift and set manually. Four shades. Open the Charts task from the Tasks list, then click on the ENC tab. If you click 4 shades, you'll turn on the color highlighting of the set depth areas.
Safety depth. You can set the safety depth value in the Safety Alerts page of the monitoring panel. A depth equal to or less than the safety depth is highlighted in bold on the Ecdis screen. Therefore, the display of spot soundings on the Layers page in the Charts panel must be turned on. Category, Custom, or All.
Safety frame. You'll find the settings for the safety frame on the Safety Alerts page in the Monitoring panel.
Isolated danger. Depending on the safety parameters and the display mode, the position and presentation of an object might change in order to indicate a danger. The symbol for an isolated danger will change depending on your safety contour. If the isolated danger has a safe passing depth less than your safety contour, it will be displayed as not safe to pass over. If the safe passing depth is more than your safety depth contour, the isolated danger becomes insignificant. It will only be displayed if it is selected in the chart layers and according to a blue symbol.
Safety frame. The safety frame compares the ship's position, the course and the speed with the best available ENC chart data. The best available ENC chart will be chosen even if another chart is being viewed on the screen. The alert will be generated when the danger to navigation appears within the safety frame, as well as when it crosses safety contour or area type objects. To set the safety frame, select the size and choose which actions are allowed and which should trigger an alert. Filter, prioritize. If you select the respective button, you can activate or deactivate area alerts. These alerts are based on individual needs and on the nautical necessities. You can indirectly prioritize certain alerts. The info function. To obtain general information on the vector chart, use the info function. To use this function, click on the I button on the chart panel bar. A free cursor appears in the chart, which can be positioned on the object. With a left click on the point of interest, you can open the info panel, which will display the available information. Auto-load off. When the chart auto-load mode is off, the screen displays the current chart only. The current chart under the ship's position is fixed until the loading mode changes. Auto-load on. Chart auto-load on the general page of the chart panel is a specific Ecdis task function. This task automatically displays the best available chart with regards to the current position and the scale. This chart will be set as the current chart. Chart format priority, none. The chart loading priority of different chart formats under the ship's position can be set on the general page of the charts panel. If none has been selected, the system will load the chart which is most suited to the set scale. If there are several charts of the same scale available, priority will be given to the TX97 format charts. If you mark the ENC checkbox, a chart in ENC vector format will be prioritized. Ship cursor subfunctions in dual mode. If the Ecdis is operating in dual mode, the cursor can be toggled between ship cursor and ERBL cursor on one of the displays. By clicking on the chart area using the ship cursor in a selected position, the chart will be redrawn with the ship symbol in this position. Center a point of interest. Switch the cursor to View Cursor Type, then click on the chart area to activate the graphic cursor. To center a point of interest in the chart display area, move the graphic cursor on the point of interest, then click. Deactivate the function with a right-click. Original scale. To display the chart on its original scale, click on Original Scale button on the chart panel bar. Customize the true motion limits. The true motion limits can also be customized using the Config panel on the General page in the Display Reset to Group Input field. The true motion limits can be set between 90% and 10%. As the ship symbol approaches the screen boundary, the screen will be redrawn so that the set ratio is maintained. Scale minimum. To activate Scale Min function, click on the Charts task from the Tasks list, then click on the ENC tab. Click on the Scale Min button to activate. This function is used to maintain the clarity of the chart. The objects are gradually removed from the chart when zooming out and will reappear when you zoom in.
Moving control panel windows and displays. You can move a separate window of the control panel by drag and drop. Left-click into the window and move it to the place you want. If you click on the cross, the window moves back to the initial point on the control panel. Layer buttons on the keyboard. Another way to set the necessary layers is by using the keyboard. Use the Standard Display button to set the standard display. Use the All Layers button to start the presentation of all objects, including the additional information display.
Zoom in, Zoom out buttons, original hardware control panel. The fourth option is to use the Zoom in, Zoom out buttons on the hardware control panel.
Change of settings. The settings for chart symbols can be changed in the Charts menu and the ENC page. The display of areas and points can be changed. Chart legend. Similar to the color differentiation test diagram, the Ecdis Chart 1 test data set may be used as a library of chart symbols. Open the Charts task and select the Complete List tab. Double-click on AA4C1X00 to center the Ecdis on the INT1 library. You can zoom into any of the 12 boxes to view symbols of that group. Change symbols of areas. Areas in your chart can be displayed either plain or symbolized. You can change this in the Charts panel on the ENC page by selecting in the drop-down field of areas, either symbolized or plain. Change symbols of points. Points in your chart can either be displayed traditionally, as on a paper chart, or simplified. Chart information layers. Using the Layers page on the Charts panel, You can control the display of individual chart information classes. The following display categories are available. 1. Base displays objects included in the base display. 2. Standard displays objects included in the standard display. The standard display can be customized, but an important indication will be displayed in the standard display window of the control panel if the user has customized to below the contents of the standard display. 3. Custom displays objects included in the additional information display. It is customized as required by the user. An important indication will be displayed also if customized below the contents of the standard display. 4. All displays all the objects included in the additional information display.
Safety Contour Customized Setting. The Safety Contour value can be set on the monitoring panel of the Safety Alerts page. The safety contour is highlighted on the Ecdis screen with a bold line. The safety contour display can only use depth contours available in the ENC. If the selected safety contour is not available, the Ecdis defaults to the next deeper contour. These settings are also used to trigger alerts and indications. If the previously selected safety contour becomes unavailable, the default safety contour indication will be generated. Safety frame. The size of the safety frame can be set by the user. This frame will be used for a chart data analysis and for the generation of anti-grounding alerts and area alerts. Area alerts. Area alerts are divided into different areas, IMO areas and additional areas. Alarm settings. There are several options for activating or deactivating the safety alerts in order to control the information about possible chart dangers received. On the Safety Alerts page of the monitoring panel, you can adjust the safety alerts to your requirements. Anti-grounding alerts. One option is the anti-grounding alerts. The alerts depend on your defined parameters. Deactivation of anti-grounding alerts is password protected. Also, deactivating any of the anti-grounding alerts, including the highlight danger function and some of the IMO areas, will display an indication SFCNT in the upper left-hand corner of the chart display area. Note, for route monitoring, you may select which source of safety parameters you'll use, either from route or fixed. Data card subfunction. There are two data card functions. One, when you position the view cursor on a target or on a waypoint, the cursor has the form of a small square. 2. When you position the view cursor on a point of interest in the chart where object data are available, the cursor has the form of a square with an eye. With a left click, the corresponding data cards are displayed. The Information Panel. The Information Panel offers information about all objects and areas which are touched by the cursor. To highlight and view the data on the required object or area, click on the plus symbol. safety frame. Ahead. Input of an advanced time to generate alerts. The time value defines the length equal to the distance that's covered by the ship, which continues at the current speed over ground. Port. To set the width of the corridor to the left of the ship. Starboard. To set the width of the corridor to the right of the ship. Show safety frame. To display the safety frame on the Ecdis. Note, even when Show Safety Frame is not activated, the highlighted alerts within the safety frame will still be visible in the chart display area. To hide the colored frame, deactivate the Highlight Danger button.